Hello, I'm Meganificent Podgore.
And I'm Randall Malus. Apparently we're not doing the countdown today.
I am Jigglypuff, Holloway.
No, we discussed this. You can't be Jeffnificent.
I'm not Jigglypuff.
You can be Jeff-tastic, but you should be copying me, Jeff.
Well...
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Hi, I'm Meganificent Podgore.
No, we already did that. I just have to do the countdown, because it doesn't feel right if I don't do the countdown. Or someone doesn't do the countdown. So, I'm still Randall Malus. It hasn't changed since we
And who are you now?
did this.
And who are you?
Jeff?
No.
No?
No.
No. Apparently this isn't a free country.
It's not a free country. This is a fictosphere. This is a Fictocast. Fictocast.
Fictocast, Fictochat.
We've been calling it the Fictocast.
Have we?
Yeah. That's us on the videos and stuff.
3, 2, 1.
Wait, are we actually doing the countdown now, or?
I just did the countdown for a second time. So, alright, so this is Fictocast After Dark.
With Meganificent Podgore, Randall Malus, and Jeff, wherever he is, Holloway.
No, I'm Randall Malus.
Well, yeah.
Not you.
I'm just introducing everyone, since someone can't get in line.
Isn't he Randall-nificent and I'm Jeff-nificent?
No one's magnificent but me.
3, 2, 1.
Alright, so today we're going to be talking about Pokemon.
Yeah, so, Fictocast After Dark. For anyone who has heard our other Fictocast After Dark episodes, of which there aren't many.
There's one.
The last one, we talked about a few things. The first thing we talked about was the size of Luigi's dong and Mario's baby dick. We also talked about Goofy canonically having had sex. And there's a dog at the door. But that's not what this episode's about. It's not about the dog at the door that keeps scratching at the door.
Now, there's about various Pokemon-related things, including one thing we'll get into.
Yeah, it's surprising. I don't know anything about Pokemon. That's not the surprising part. The surprising part is that on the way here today, Mike was telling me about Pokemon and the mythology involved in the Pokemon universe, I guess. Like, it's actually kind of dark.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's so...
Yeah, it's surprisingly dark for a game about catching monsters and making them fight each other.
Well, okay, when you put it like that.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, it's... when you think about Pokemon, you think, like, you know, cute little things like Pikachu. You know, it's an electric mouse. And, you know, Jigglypuff, this fat powder puff thing. Snorlax, this other big fat thing.
Like, Snorlax and Psyduck are like my favorite.
Snorlax destabilizes whole, like, cities.
Really?
Yeah, because he has to eat a certain amount every day. Which, I mean, puts the surrounding area in a lot of trouble. And if he sleeps in the wrong area, like, I think there's an episode of the cartoon where he falls asleep in a river and, like, the river dries up.
Yeah, see, it's this sort of shit that I would never guess. So, according to Mike, the genesis of the Pokemon universe started when there was this great war of some sort in the past, and a weapon of mass destruction of some form was used.
Well, that's not even the genesis of it.
Well, but I mean, like, that's... Okay.
That's part of the past, definitely.
Yeah. But I mean, that basically makes the Pokemon games this weird, sort of post-apocalyptic thing, more or less. I guess? Like, is that accurate?
Yeah, more or less. I mean, like the games do lend themselves to that conclusion, because if you play them, like, except for the major cities, every little village is only like 4 or 5 houses.
Yeah, that's bizarre. And then a
And
question...
like in the first game, there's a Lieutenant Surge, who's an actual veteran of a war. And he's saying about how Pokemon helped him out during the war.
So wars still happen.
Yeah, except there's Pokemon involved now.
So that brings up another interesting thing about Pokemon specifically. Like, you said that Pokemon, some of them are aliens.
Yep.
Some of them are possibly other dimensional creatures.
Yep.
Creatures from extra dimensional creatures.
Yeah.
And some of them are ghosts.
Yeah, some of them are just straight up people ghosts.
Like ghosts of dead children.
Yeah, yeah.
Is this Five Nights at Freddy, or are we talking about Pokemon?
It's Pokemon, like a Phantom, who is a Pokemon that looks like a stump with a ghost in it. And it's made when like a child gets lost in the woods and dies by a rotted tree stump.
Yeah. See, if this
Specifically a child.
if this were Five Nights at Freddy's, by now the storyline would be indiscernible, and it would have had a lot of like really crazy plot twists that make no sense.
Right.
Instead, we have Pokemon, which makes perfect sense. Like, where are all the other animals?
They've been supplanted by the Pokemon. Because, like, in the Pokedex, there's references to the former animals that we know. But by the time Pokemon happens, they're no longer around.
That's crazy. That is unbelievable to
And
me.
there's all the genocide.
Yeah, let's talk about the genocide a little bit. Before we get
Which
to
one?
Just one?
There's more than one.
Any of them.
Alright, so there's So the first instance of genocide, attempted genocide, I should say, in the Pokemon games is in Ruby and Sapphire, which that also introduces a kind of weird multi-timeline thing, actually. But like in Pokemon Ruby, you're trying to... I don't remember which one is which, actually. I think in Pokemon Ruby, you're trying to keep Team Aqua from flooding the world. Well, in Pokemon Sapphire, you're trying to keep Team Magma from making more land.
That sounds like that's backwards, but I don't know for sure, because I don't know which is which.
Yeah, I don't remember which is... Well...
It doesn't really matter,
Yeah.
though. Who cares?
Well,
So-
I think with in Pokemon Ruby, you're helping Team Magma.
Oh,
Not
okay.
make it so that Team Sapphire or Team Aqua is not flooding everything.
I see. So you're like playing for one side or the other.
Yeah. And then the other genocide, the other major genocide, I should say, is in Pokemon X and Y, where Lysander and Team Flare, I want to say, are trying to... That's where they talk about the weapon of mass destruction and the war, and... Like, he's trying to remake this weapon that will eradicate, like, 90% of the population or something. Not just, like, in this region you're in, but, like, everywhere.
Wow. So, pretty high stakes here.
Yeah. Where does he keep finding these?
I don't know where he keeps finding these.
There's an endless supply of them in the other room.
Great. And so, okay. So, we've got the whole genocide aspect of it. These Pokemon, these pocket monsters, have supplanted dogs, cats, cows, birds, what have you.
Insects? Is there insects?
Yeah, no.
They're
no,
Pokemon
yeah,
insects.
There's bug-type Pokemon now.
Is there microbial organisms?
Maybe.
But they're probably Pokemon as well.
Alright, so there's this one Pokemon, I don't remember its name, but you get it by collecting a bunch of little microbial things and combining them together and make like a weird dog thing.
Okay, so these... there might be things that are smaller than animals and insects.
Yeah, but Pokemon don't care about those, so,
Okay.
unless they do.
Or I'm just trying to establish, like, the whole population of the Earth, and apparently there is something more than at least humans and Pokemon.
Yeah. Oh, although there's like a man-made Pokemon.
Yeah. Like Porygon,
Yeah, and
which is a digital Pokemon, which I don't know how the hell that works.
then there's like a Magnemite, Which,
Yeah.
I don't know what his deal is.
I don't know. It's the whole damn thing is weird.
Well, and for a lot of them, like
I have to stress that I don't know shit about Pokemon, and I don't.
I barely know anything as well, but like I know enough to ask these questions.
Yeah.
Because this whole thing is just bizarre to me. I never thought that Pokemon was that deep
Yeah,
or that grim.
yeah.
like, you can play it without worrying about any of this, but if you look into it, even like a little bit,
It gets
like there's a Pokemon. There's like a few Pokemon that steal children. Actually,
wow.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
What do they do with the children?
it's unclear.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Some people say they drag them to hell. Like that's not the term used in the game,
Okay.
but like a Drifblim is a Pokemon that looks like a balloon, and it likes to steal children away from their parents.
We all float down here.
Yeah, I guess.
But like it's a Pokemon that's a balloon, so it doesn't really do a very good job of carrying children away.
Okay. What's the name of this character?
Drifblim.
Drifblim.
I gotta look him up. My God.
So this kind of brings up another topic. So with all the animals gone, how do humans find sustenance? What do they use?
Pokemon, they eat them.
So they eat Pokemon.
They eat Pokemon, they milk Pokemon, they fish Pokemon, whatever. And there's like still vegetables. But some Pokemon are also vegetables too, so I mean, like I want to see how vegans work that one out.
Yeah, really.
Why hasn't anyone eaten Pikachu or Snorlax yet?
I think it's socially not acceptable to do so.
Well, it's not socially acceptable in a certain region. Like I would
Yeah.
imagine different regions would have different culture protocols.
Yeah, imagine like when push comes to shove, you're gonna eat Pikachu. If you can, I mean, like he is a little rat that can shock you to death. So,
Yeah, what about diseases?
no, there's diseases still. People get sick in Pokemon all the time.
But do Pokemon get sick
Oh yeah,
with Pokemon-related illnesses?
yeah.
What if a human were to eat a Pokemon who was ill?
Depends on the sickness.
So do Pokemon always say their own name?
In the cartoon, no. No, and in the games, they mostly just make weird noises.
I see.
Because, I mean, like, I think that's less to do with any kind of world building thing and more to do with the fact that it's a game, and if they tried to record different Pokemon cries for each and every Pokemon, that would be way too taxing on the data. But like, even in the cartoon, like, there's a few Pokemon that can learn the human tongue. Like Meowth and Slowking. And then there's Mewtwo.
Yeah. So,
I looked it up first of all. I want to interrupt and say that you are right about Drifblim. It says here that it has been known to steal children that mistake it for a regular balloon.
Yeah.
Because I guess it like usually just drifts aimlessly. And so
Like, it tries to aim itself towards children to steal.
wow.
which is bizarre.
Yeah.
Wow, it's kind of crazy.
It seems like there's a lot of, and maybe that we're dancing around it, but a lot of Japanese supernatural
Oh, yeah, there is.
stuff going on.
Yeah, like most of the Pokemon have something to do with some kind of...
Yeah.
Some kind of mythological aspect.
Mythological aspect?
Yeah, like Drowsy and Hypno are based on the Tapers and how they're said to eat dreams. Yeah, Pokemon can eat dreams, by the way.
They can...
Like, dreams are an actual thing that happen, like an actual quantifiable thing, and there are Pokemon that can eat them.
So, in addition to eating dreams, what else do Pokemon eat?
Whatever
Do
they
eat
want.
each other?
Yeah, they eat each other.
So there's like a food chain
Yeah,
to... Okay, that's bizarre.
There's carnivorous Pokemon that eat each other.
yeah.
So, like an example of one, do they have? I mean,
Oh, I don't know. I mean, like, if... Like, a lot of Pokemon eat other Pokemon. Like, there's... I can't think of any Pokedex entries off the top of my head, but I know they're out there.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Oh my god.
So, how do Pokemon reproduce? And now we're getting into the After Dark part of this. We briefly talked about this in Target, where everyone could hear us talking about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so the theory is that one Pokemon creates like an egg, and the other Pokemon puts its essence into it or something.
So fertilizes it.
Pretty much. But yeah, there's some Pokemon can't reproduce.
I like to put my essence in things.
Some Pokemon can't reproduce because
That's extremely gross.
there's only one kind of them. But other Pokemon, they have to be part of an egg group, and then like there's Ditto, who just reproduces every Pokemon that can.
So, this is bizarre to me for a number of reasons, because, first of all, do all Pokemon lay eggs? Like, every Pokemon that can reproduce, do they lay Pokemon eggs?
Supposedly.
Okay.
Like, you always find the egg. Like, you put the Pokemon in the daycare center, and then an old man calls you, like, hey, your Pokemon had an egg, we don't know how.
So, an old man.
Yeah, an old man.
There's this perverted old man who watches over these Pokemon.
Well, in later games, this is less old man. Sometimes a young man or young lady.
Okay.
But there's people whose job it is to watch your Pokemon,
And apparently they're not watching them. They're watching them mate with other Pokemon.
well, to be honest, like, after... Like, that mechanic was introduced in the second generation in Gold, Silver, and Crystal.
Okay.
And after... Like, there was a daycare center in the first game, but it was just like you put your Pokemon in there and its level went up.
Mm.
And the level still goes up in the current games, but...
There might also be an egg.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's all it's really used for at this point, is to breed Pokemon, like,
Now, the way you describe how they reproduce, that suggests to me that some Pokemon would be of the sex female or male.
Oh yeah, they have genders.
They do?
Mm-hmm.
Some Pokemon have genders.
Okay.
Some don't.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So, I have a question. I have many questions. But
And only the female ones can presumably make the eggs.
It's not explained.
Okay. Okay.
Like, that part's not explained at all.
Okay.
Like, there's no cutscene in the game where you, like,
Yeah.
watch a Pokemon make an egg or anything. Like, you
watch
leave
two
your
Pokemon fucking.
You leave your Pokemon there, and then you leave for a while, and you get a phone call, hey, guess what? Your Pokemon had an egg.
Wow.
And, like, if you leave your Pokemon in there, they'll just keep making eggs.
Hmm.
And this is good in the games, because, like, occasionally you want a Pokemon with a different attribute, or different stats.
Okay.
So you'll just keep on making Pokemon, see them and hatch. And then once they hatch, you see what they are, and if you like them, you use them, but if you don't like them, you just either turn them on in the wild, or trade them, or just leave them in your PC for a while.
So, can you cross-breed Pokemon?
Like, they won't make a different Pokemon.
Well, which one will they make?
It depends on the egg group.
So there's an egg group.
Yeah, there's different egg groups. There's a bunch of different egg groups with different names. For the hardcore Pokemon breeders out there, because they do exist. And,
Whoa. Look, you're covering the dog's ears. You don't even want
Yeah.
the dog to hear this.
He's a pup. He shouldn't be hearing this.
but yeah, they will, they'll, I don't remember where I was going with this.
They're Pokemon breeders.
Yeah, I don't remember that much, but...
They're dedicated Pokemon breeders. Egg types.
Oh yeah, and they will know all the egg types and which ones to mesh together, which Pokemon to mesh together to create the best effect. Usually it's like just two of the same breed. Like two Bidoofs or whatever.
So,
What can you tell more about these breeds? A Bidoof? What the hell is that?
A Bidoof is a beaver-looking Pokemon.
Okay.
And it's like... It looks real stupid looking.
I think I'm starting to understand something. So there's a lot of Bidoofs, right? Like there's a lot of squirrels, right?
Yeah, like most Pokemon, I should say, have like their entire species.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So like there's hundreds of Pikachu and hundreds of Jigglypuff.
See, I
But then there's
never
only-
even knew that until right now.
Yeah, but there's only one Mewtwo and one Mew and one Arceus, who is the
Why is there
Pokemon
only
god.
one of those? Why?
Well, Arceus is a Pokemon god.
Okay.
And then there's a Pokemon Devil.
Is there a lot of Snorlaxes?
Yeah.
Psyducks?
Yeah, there's a few Snorlaxes.
Okay.
And a lot of Psyducks.
Is there such a thing as an endangered Pokemon?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, and then there's like legendary Pokemon too, which there's only like one of, and they're like the cryptids. But then you can catch them, and they're less cryptid.
Yeah, so this brings me to the question of Pokeballs.
No one's sure exactly how they work. Well, they know how they work. They transform the Pokemon into data and store them inside, and then you can put them on the PC.
Does the essence come from the Pokeballs?
No.
Okay.
Two completely different things.
Well, I mean, which Pokeballs are we talking about here?
The ones you use to catch Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
Like, if you look at most Pokemon, they don't have any visible genitalia.
But then how do you know some of them that are gendered?
It shows it on the screen.
Okay.
Like, I'm sure in the Pokemon world or Pokedex, it's like, oh yeah, they can sex the Pokemon right up.
So, okay. So, in the Pokemon world, just to make sure I have this correct, and this is true of even the alternate universe, because apparently there are diverging timelines.
Oh, there's a lot of timelines. Like in Ultra Sun and Moon, the most recent at this point Pokemon game, Giovanni from Team Rocket went back and forth across the multiverse to gather the leaders of the other organizations from other Pokemon games, but only the leaders who had successfully taken over their regions. So you had like the Team Magma guy who successfully made the Earth more landy, and then Lysander who actually killed most of the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, back to the Pokeball question, though. So, presumably on Earth, there are Pokemon and plants and humans. And that's it. No other sort of fauna.
Not anymore.
Well, and microbes, or we've said.
Well, yeah, they might be Pokemon as well.
Yeah.
But it's
maybe.
not clear.
But
Yeah.
it's not clear.
Yeah, anything
But-
microscopic we don't really need to worry about in
Yeah.
the context of any of this.
So, I guess my question is, what... So Pokeballs, they capture Pokemon, convert them into data, and then store them in the ball.
Well, I think Pokemon have... Like, all the Pokemon have, like, a common genetic sequence or something that the ball can latch onto.
But they're all different species.
Yeah.
And some of them are different types. They're connected to different elements. So, assuming the Pokeball can recognize each of their mapped genomes, what is to keep someone from hacking into a Pokeball and basically making it recognize a human as a Pokemon? Because couldn't you theoretically then use a Pokeball to capture a human?
Theoretically, and I want to say that one of the episodes of the cartoon did that.
That's... wow.
I am not 100% sure about that. Like, I know more about the game than I do the cartoons.
Didn't you say that, to sort of get back to Pokemon mating, did you not say that in Japan, in the Japanese versions of some of these games, it's explicitly stated that humans have married Pokemon?
Yes, that is true.
Which would imply that they probably consummated with Pokemon as well.
Like, if you looked online right now for, let's see, Gardevoir fan art, don't actually do it, Jeff, unless you want to see some really lewd stuff.
Okay.
Like, there are Pokemon out there
By the way, I do want to see really lewd stuff.
Like, there are Pokemon out there that, like, even today, fans are like, oh, wow.
Well, no, I mean, like, in the games
Oh, yeah,
specifically.
yeah.
Like in the lore of the...
Oh, yeah, in the lore, too, yeah. And there are also characters in the game that...
are married to Pokemon.
No, they're not currently married to Pokemon, but it's kind of... I want to say that there's a few NPCs who express interest.
Wow.
What do you mean? Wait, go into a lot more detail there. You're avoiding detail, but you need.
Well, there's not much detail. It is a game for children, basically.
Okay, but
How
like,
suggestive
you're
is it, or is it
tiptoeing
just
around
all in your? Is it all in your mind, or what? Or,
It might be. I may be misremembering.
okay.
But I want to say there's at least one NPC somewhere who's like, oh yeah, that Pokemon sure is cute.
okay, cute is different from
Yeah.
I want to jump Pikachu's bone. I want to jump Marowak's
But I want
bone.
to see the conversation he's having with the other NPC kind of puts into a certain light.
He's saying there's a certain context.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the way that it's.
This might be misremembering things. I freely admit that.
But in Japan, though, there's definitely no.
Oh,
question.
yeah, in Japan there's definitely, like, you look into a book and it's like, Pokemon and humans used to get married.
That's wow. Okay,
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't even know how you would keep up a conversation with a Pokemon. Personally,
Well, it's like a lot of Pokemon in Pokemon trainers or Pokemon masters or whatever. It's like once you establish a certain amount of rapport, you just kind of know what they're saying without knowing what they're saying. Like in Detective Pikachu, the movie that just came out,
well, yeah.
the protagonist is able to kind of interact with Pokemon other than the Detective Pikachu.
Because he can understand their language, basically.
No, he figures out how to just communicate with them. Not like they don't they're like, oh, Venusaur, and then he's like, oh yeah, that guy's a jerk. It's like Venusaur, like, oh, that Pokemon thinks that guy's a jerk. Pokemon doesn't like that guy.
Okay.
I've had this question, and I remember I was thinking about this hours earlier, but don't the Pokemon, they're a bit different than our animals in the sense they might have more of a sentience or more something about them?
Yeah.
Okay, can you elaborate on that?
Well, and the reason why I bring it up is if that's true about the universe would then be especially perverse if people are eating them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, certain Pokemon have more intelligence than other Pokemon.
Okay.
But it's unclear if, like, the Pokemon people eat are any more or less intelligent than the Pokemon people don't eat.
Okay.
Like, people try to eat Magikarp, but Magikarp are reportedly all bones, so they're not really all that great to eat.
I see. So, wow. So Pokemon is a lot more serious.
No, that's the thing. I think what he's saying is that it's actually not serious, and that this stuff is just sort of like there, but it's not presented in sort of like.
Pokemon Black and White, I think they do go into Pokemon rights.
Well, yeah, it's Pokemon Black and White.
But then it's revealed that the guy who was behind everything was actually just like power hungry. Like, he didn't actually care about Pokemon rights.
So, wow.
That game actually got like an actual sequel too.
Jeez.
Like most Pokemon games, you'll have like the first set of games, which is just two, and then you have like a third one. Like with Pokemon Red and Blue, there was Pokemon Yellow with Pikachu showing up. Well,
Yeah.
Pikachu was in Red and Blue, but
You didn't start out with him.
no. And then like Pokemon Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon, which improved on things in the game and didn't improve on other things, but like Pokemon Black and White is the only one that had like a direct sequel that wasn't like the next generation of games.
That's... I'm still baffled that there's... Like, Game Freak did enough work to think about some of these things, but apparently didn't go far enough to answer a lot of questions that you would think
Right.
obviously have.
I think someone did ask where the Pokemon sentience question to the people who made the games, and they're like, Pokemon are just trying to live. They're just trying to get by.
That's like not an answer.
That's non-responsive. Objection, non-responsive.
It's like Pokemon are like all of us. We're just all trying to get by.
No.
That might be true, but what does that have to do with sentience?
Yeah, that doesn't really... It doesn't answer the question.
No, it doesn't at all.
You know.
It really doesn't.
But that's our official stance on this, on that part.
Pokemon are just trying to get by.
Yeah, they're just trying to live their lives, trying to.
Well...
Except for the ones that get eaten, I guess.
Yeah.
You don't care about
and
them.
the ones who humans want to bang. They're just looking for love.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I guess you can't reproduce. Like, if you marry a Pokemon, though, you can't reproduce with it.
Well, you might be able to. We don't know that.
Yeah, we don't know that.
Okay.
Maybe that's how Mr. Mime came to be.
Yeah, no one really... I don't think anyone doesn't think Mr. Mime isn't creepy.
Yeah.
Well, there is an advantage, though, maybe, to possibly copulating with the Pokemon, is that you wouldn't have to wear things.
Wear what? You need to speak up, Jeff.
You know?
This Fictocast After Dark, which
Yeah.
is almost identical to a normal Fictocast.
You know?
Do you mean a condom on your cock?
That was a bit too far. It was too much.
Fuck it. It's Ficto Chat After Dark. Or Fictocast After Dark. Fuck it. Fuck it like you would fuck a Jigglypuff in its anus.
I don't think anyone wants to really have sex with Jigglypuff.
The only way this could
I don't know. Jigglypuff's kind of a diva, I would imagine. Fuck Jigglypuff.
We need Gilbert Godfrey for, Ficto Chat After Dark.
Fuck Jigglypuff! Jigglypuff's marshmallowy anus! That's not at all what he sounds like, but that's what he would say.
But he'd probably,
there's Pokemon
he'd probably be
cool.
talking about, like, eating out the anuses of Pokemon.
There
That's
are
very
Pokemon who leave droppings.
Oh,
They do talk about Pokemon droppings.
okay. What, in what context? Like, why?
Well, because there's one, Darumuka, I think. Its droppings were hot, so they used to put them in shoes to keep the shoes warm during the winter.
That's ridiculously stupid. Like, why would you... That's disgusting. Why would you do that?
Like, my personal theory was that, like, Pokemon, like, their energy powers and stuff like that, that's how they expel the excess energy from, like, the food they eat.
The wasted energy.
Yeah.
So, like how we do.
Yeah, except instead of, feces, it's
It's
balls of fire.
It's Pokemon feces.
Yeah, but it's balls of fire instead. But apparently with Darumuka, that's not the case.
No, apparently not. Apparently not. So you said Ditto can reproduce with any Pokemon.
Yeah.
To reproduce another Ditto, or an actual Pokemon?
An actual Pokemon.
Who is not a Ditto.
Yeah.
So Ditto is like universal gender.
Yeah, Ditto can change into anything. Ditto, like, the theory behind Ditto is that, like, Mewtwo is a clone. And, like, the theory is that Ditto is like a failed clone of Mew.
But how many Dittos are there?
A lot.
So there are a lot of failed clones of Mew.
Yes.
Why is it that only some... I know we've probably asked this question, but if, like, let's say, like, who can collect... First of all, how many Mewtwo's are there? One?
Canonically, only one.
But, like, everyone's able to catch one.
Yeah.
So is there really just one?
Yeah. Like, in this world of the games, there's just one.
Okay.
But, like, it's like in Castlevania. Just because you fight Dracula and beat him doesn't mean, like, everyone can't fight Dracula and beat him.
It's a little different than Pokemon, but I get what you mean. Okay.
But, like, each Pokemon game is supposed to be your own self-contained adventure.
Okay. Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
So, like, the fact that you and your friend can both capture Mewtwo just means, like, in your respective Pokemon worlds, that you can do that.
So, like, in your specific slice of the timeline.
Yeah.
Okay. that's still... The whole thing is still really bizarre to me.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's the whole thing where these Pokemon... Like, okay, they can't have shared DNA, though, because some of them are aliens. And some of them perhaps come from different dimensions.
Well, I think the theory is that, like, they each have, like, a base thing in common, which makes them all Pokemon.
But then what's to say that humans aren't Pokemon as well?
Because they don't have that sequence.
But... What?
I think it's possible, maybe what he's suggesting is that...
They have, like, a shared ancestor?
Yeah, is that even right? That
Okay.
Maybe the ones from
Like,
the other
Mew is
dimension.
supposed to be the first Pokemon.
Right.
Okay.
Well, Arceus is supposed to be, like, the Pokemon god that created everything.
But did he? And you can catch him, though.
You can catch him.
So you can catch God in a Pokeball.
You can catch God and the devil.
In a Pokeball.
Yeah. Well, probably an Ultra or a Master Ball.
Well, right, but... Like, so there's Pokemon Cosmology
Yeah.
and Pokemon Theology,
Yeah.
but none of it makes any sense.
No, not really. I mean, to some degree it does. As much as, like, regular theology.
So, but you can't... Okay.
What about this devil character? Is there, like, hell, or is, like, how does that work?
I think there is, like, a hell
Okay.
Pokemon. I think you go to it at one point.
Okay.
So wait, how do you go to Pokemon Hell, though, if you're not a Pokemon?
There's a portal.
So you cross over...
Yeah.
But again, I mean, shouldn't it expel humans? Like,
Well,
if it... Like, how does Hell work?
The theology is that the Pokemon God is and the Pokemon Devil are actual God and Devil, too.
That you can catch in a Pokeball?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you could go to actual Hell, which is also Pokemon Hell. So there's really no point to a Pokemon God or a Pokemon Devil if they're all the same God and the same Devil.
But
What-
they are God and Devil who are Pokemon.
So God is a Pokemon that you can catch in a Pokeball.
Yeah.
And the Devil is a Pokemon that you can catch in a Pokeball.
Yeah.
But...
We haven't even
So-
gone into the Ultra Beast yet.
what the fuck is that?
Those are actual alternate dimensional creatures that I don't think you can catch them with a normal Pokeball. You have to get like a special Pokeball.
A dimensional Pokeball?
Yeah.
So they're Pokemon from an alternate dimension.
Yeah.
Even though some Pokemon are already accepted to be from an alternate dimension.
Supposedly, yeah.
So, are there any Pokemon that originate from this nightmarish reality? Whatever that is.
I think most of them.
Except for those that don't.
Yeah. And, you know, like the ghosts and stuff.
Has anyone ever tried to eat a ghost Pokemon?
I don't know.
Would they just be consuming empty calories if they did?
Probably.
Okay.
My God. Ghost Pokemon.
Ghost Pokemon.
I don't understand.
Yeah. So...
Do ghost Pokemon go to heaven, or how does that work?
No, they're stuck on Earth.
So wait, if God and the Devil are both Pokemon, and they're both in charge of, like, Heaven and Hell, Pokemon Heaven and Hell, but also real Heaven and Hell, why do we have ghost Pokemon? And if humans can change into ghost Pokemon, how are humans not Pokemon? Then?
Well, it's a merging of, like, when the Pokemon turns into, when the human turns into a ghost Pokemon, there's always some catalyst that affects them and turns them into a Pokemon.
But if they're ghosts, incorporeal things, how do they have a genome? How can they be mapped and captured by Pokeballs? Why is it that they're ghost Pokemon, like you would think with all ghost attributes?
Oh, also there's just regular ghosts.
So there are regular ghosts in
Regular
addition
people
to
ghosts.
ghost Pokemon.
Yeah.
So these people ghosts are not ghost Pokemon.
No.
But they could have been had the conditions of their deaths been different.
Yes.
What? Can you capture those regular ghosts in a Pokeball?
No.
Just ghost Pokemon,
Yes.
which apparently have DNA,
Yeah.
but they're ghosts.
Yeah, well, they have data.
Well, I mean, a mapped genome is just data anyway.
Yeah.
In theory. But, like, how could you even capture it?
You can't have data if something is a ghost.
Yeah.
Well, with these ghost Pokemon, you can.
But that doesn't make any sense.
It's Pokemon.
You don't get it. The data is actually like organic living, like...
Well, yeah, these ghost Pokemon are also organic living things. Well, not living things, but they're organic.
So, wait, how are they ghosts?
Yeah.
Because they used to be alive. They used to be living people.
But they're not living anymore, but they're still...
Organic is living, so you're talking about something that's a contradiction of terms.
Yeah.
Seemingly.
Yeah, it is why you don't think too hard about any of this.
Why aren't they in heaven or hell? Is it because we captured God and the devil in a Pokeball?
That might have something to do with it, honestly.
Why can Ditto fuck anything?
Because he can change into anything.
Can he change into a human?
According to... Yeah, actually.
According to Super Smash Brothers, he can change into...
And Detective Pikachu
An
he
Inkling.
does, and
Yeah.
Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon, you have to find 5 Ditto who change into people.
One thing I've learned, though, is that I would like to marry a Pokemon and poke it.
With what? No. It's Fictocast After Dark. I don't know.
I'd like to,
Can we go back to talking about Goofy canonically fucking?
No, that's not the subject of this Pokecast.
Because I understand that infinitely more.
That actually makes a lot more sense than what we're talking about.
God, there's so much... From my understanding, there's so much, Pokemon sex.
There's still so much for you to learn, because you've got to, get to the bottom of all this.
Yeah.
I can't, because
And
there's
you've
no
got
bottom.
a really long article on this, where, you expose the seedy underbelly that is Pokemon.
Yeah. Do they run... Is there such a thing as a Pokemon prostitution ring?
Probably not anymore.
Why not?
I mean, there might be.
Well,
I mean, Team Rocket steals Pokemon and sells them. I can't imagine that there's some organization out there that would be like, you know what, it might be taboo, but people do want to bang Lopunny.
Is there lessons we can learn from the Pokemon universe? Like, if we can, we eat animals, in this world, why can't we marry them then as well?
Because they can't give informed consent.
But Pokemon can?
Yeah.
Apparently more so than... Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They won't let you capture them unless they want you to capture them. And also if you beat the living daylights out of them first.
Oh. Wow, that is really true to life. So... Yikes. Okay. So,
Well, some Pokemon... Those are not the Pokeball you're using. If you're using an Ultra Ball and a level 2 Pidgey, then you're going to catch that without any problem.
Sure.
But if you're using a Pokeball, a straight up Pokeball and Mewtwo, good luck with that.
Why would anyone want to marry Mewtwo?
There are people out there who probably want to marry Mewtwo.
Is there some sort of bond that's formed between trainer and Pokemon?
Yeah.
That would force someone to actually say, you know what? I want to marry that sexy Squirtle.
Maybe.
Squirtle squirt.
There's people of all sorts out there.
Actually, I just thought of something. I can't believe I just thought of this right now. But didn't you say the Persona universe is sort of the way you described the Persona universe? Doesn't it seem sort of similar to how the Pokemon universe sort of?
Yeah. So, Megami Tensei, in general, Persona universe as well.
The Pokemon in the Shin Megami Tensei games use basically the same mechanics.
Yeah.
To different ends.
You encounter demons.
Well, to the same ends, really, but...
Or other shadows, other psychological archetypes as enemies. And through this menu, you can either choose to fight them, run away from them, or try to bargain with them. And bargaining with them can take the form of offering them something that they may want, or complimenting them, or telling them a joke, or insulting them, or something like that. But you convince them to join you.
And it never works the same way twice.
No.
Which...
And the same thing doesn't work for all of them. The same thing doesn't work for every single one of them. So, yeah, they all want something different. So yeah, it kind of works the same way, but it's like demon collecting.
I remember too, like, I asked you, like, about your... Because I remember there was something else that was maybe possibly similar to Pokemon, was just sort of like... Or in Persona, like, how these things are sort of created out of sort of nothing or something like that. Or am I wrong, or was there something?
Yeah, so for Persona, okay, it's different between Megami Tensei and Persona.
Okay, well, you're right.
In Megami Tensei, that series, these things are spirits or demons, so they exist outside of the person.
Okay.
In Persona, you may be dealing with psychological aspects of yourself, or psychological aspects related to someone else. So someone's shadow is creating these monsters, or you are creating these monsters somehow. It's weird. It's like a weird mix of Persona specifically. It's like a weird mix of Silent Hill and Pokemon.
Okay.
And like some Japanese dating sim.
Okay.
Oddly enough.
Okay. I've seen some overlap of sort of weird Japanese supernatural stuff between...
There's a yokai watch.
I don't know shit about Yokai Watch.
It's basically like those two things that they're all yokai.
Yokai being what, like forest spirits?
Just
what are
like...
yokai? Are they just like spirits, basically?
Yeah, in the terms of Yokai Watch, yeah, it's just like spirits and creatures and stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, you capture them, you make them fight.
Huh. The same is true of Digimon, probably.
Well, no, actually Digimon is a lot different than both of them.
How so?
On Digimon, you don't choose who you partner with.
Okay.
You go, well, at least in the world of the anime, you go to the digital world, or the Digimon come to you, and if it's meant to be, it'll be. It's like a soulmate kind of thing.
I see.
And you only have the one Digimon. He's your partner Digimon.
Do you get married to the Digimon?
No.
Okay.
I mean, there's one version of the anime, one season where, they don't get the Pokemon, but they become that Pokemon. They can turn into that Pokemon.
Pokemon or Digimon?
Digimon.
Okay.
And that was a weird season. I didn't like that season too much.
What about Beatamon? You want to beat 'em on? You gotta beat them on.
Beatamon is a travesty.
Okay. What about Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yu-Gi-Oh is just cards.
Isn't it like a half an hour long commercial for the card game?
Yeah, except for the movie, which is the pinnacle of animation.
I kind of agree with that.
Jeff is nodding, even though we know he doesn't share our view of Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie.
No, I don't.
Yeah, we need to get that movie on Blu-ray.
Honestly, I was shaking my head because I was thinking about, I want to see, Pokemon, killed and, eaten and stuff. In a movie or something.
Yeah, is there any media besides, DeviantArt, I'm sure, that shows Pokemon?
Yeah, can we see that? Where can we consume this dark side of the Pokemon world?
I mean, I'm not sure.
Outside of fanfiction.net.
Or do we have to wait for Frank Miller to write some Pokemon?
I want to say there's Pokemon cartoons where they eat things. And it's oh yeah, here's a melting burger or something.
Really?
I want to say that, but I'm not sure about that. Most of the stuff I remember them eating in Pokemon is all, non-meat products.
So is the whole world just vegetarian, then?
I think a lot of people are. I think it's a lot more prevalent in Pokemon world. But then, like, there's an episode where James from Team Rocket's like, oh man, I'm so hungry, I can eat Magikarp.
Wow.
And then, like, he fantasizes about the Magikarp being all, like, cut up and ready to eat.
Wow.
Whoa.
Or, like, what about steak? Did anyone mention, like, a steak or anything like that? Burger? No.
I mean, I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay. We've got to investigate this up. We've got to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, we need to ask Game Freak, the producers of Pokemon, straight away.
Yeah.
We need to tweet at them.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, in Sword and Shield, can you have a restaurant where I can buy some Pokemon to eat?
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the restaurants I remember in Pokemon are actually, like, non-meat restaurants. But, like, even then, you have Pokemon that are plant-based, which
Yeah.
is, like...
Ivysaur salad.
They need to do an episode of the cartoon where there's a Pokemon deli. And, you know.
Wacky Deli.
Yeah.
Wacky Pokemon Deli.
Yeah. And I could get some, you know, some Drifblim by the pound or something.
So what?
Drifblim.
Why would we want to get Drifloon?
Why? Oh, why not?
That would be a lot of Drifloom.
It would be...
If I eat him, he's not carrying kids away.
It would basically be like eating a jellyfish, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I'd stop him from carrying kids away.
It would take a lot of him to make a pound. I would imagine.
And then you have, like, there's, like, Buffon, which is a, like, bull Pokemon with an afro. You can eat that. And there's, Tauros, which is just like a bull Pokemon. And you have Miltank, which, they milk. You can drink Miltank milk.
That
Really?
sounds really unappetizing.
And have other Pokemon drink the Miltank milk.
Does Mr. Mime give milk?
Well, I don't think so.
Does Mr. Mime have a grinder?
Do Pokemon, like, bleed? I presume they have blood or something?
Oh, yeah, Pokemon bleed.
Okay.
Wow, okay. It sounds like
Yeah.
you know.
Have you seen a lot of
about
this, or what's going on there?
Like, there's not so much. I'm like, well, I don't think in the American version of the cartoon it's all that prevalent, but I think they have been shown to bleed in the Japanese version, and there's been manga adaptations where Pokemon bleed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you bleed?
Pika!
You will.
Pika Pee!
My God.
Why do you keep saying her name?
Pika Pika! Pikachu!
That's my mother's name. Release the Snyder Cut of Pokemon the movie.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's
So,
crazy. This is like, we're talking about, like, the Todd Phillips version of Pokemon tonight.
yeah. The very un-PC version of Pokemon.
You know.
I don't understand
Looks
why
like
that
Joaquin
exists.
Phoenix is going to probably be in the next Pokemon movie.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix and
They might be,
Pikachu,
I mean...
Pikachu too.
Yeah.
I mean, Ryan Reynolds was in the first one.
Yeah, that's true.
And also this other guy who I can't remember.
Joaquin Phoenix in Mewtwo.
Joaquin Phoenix is Mr. Mime.
Mr. Mime. It's just
Here's a... Oh, I thought of a question.
yeah.
Well, and maybe this one's sort of answerable, but I think it's a good question to get specific on. Pokemon have killed humans.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we haven't really seen it, but... I mean, there's wars, and Pokemon have probably killed humans in those wars. And I think in Detective Pikachu, Mewtwo...
Mewtwo has killed a human.
Yeah.
Or several.
I don't actually think it was Mewtwo. Well, it might have been Mewtwo, but...
Was it a Ditto?
Yeah, I think it did kill someone. And I also think some Greninja did, which are ninja frogs.
Are they,
I mean, to humans, what happens after they get, I mean, do they face some sort of reprisal for these kind of killings?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you know, if a dog attacks a human here, there's animal control and things like that. Things are going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, no one's happy that these... Like, it's a shadowy organization that had the Greninja that killed the guy. Well, supposedly killed the guy.
So wait, did they hire the Greninja to kill the guy?
No, they genetically modified them to be more
Aggressive.
malevolent, yeah.
Okay. Do they show these in the manga or the cartoons, these murders?
Well, in the Detective Pikachu,
Okay.
like...
Did they show it in Detective Pikachu?
Yeah, but then it turns out... Well, spoilers for Detective Pikachu. It turns out that the Greninja didn't actually kill him because Mewtwo saved him.
Hmm.
But, like, during the entire movie, it's assumed that Mewtwo killed this guy's dad.
Okay, the main character's dad?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, I haven't
this
seen
is like
this
sort
movie,
of like
but-
Who Framed Roger Rabbit sort of level kind of stuff here.
A little bit, yeah.
So, to recap, I don't even know where to begin.
Pokemon is weird,
Yeah, Pokemon seems...
and is a lot weirder and darker than you would think.
Now the thing is, I think, and I think you've gone out of your way to kind of say this or suggest this. None of this is it's dark, but not in any of the way that it's presented. There's none of this really gets emphasized, or
Except
none
for the
of this.
genocide.
Okay.
The genocide is heavily emphasized.
Okay.
Other than that,
Right.
it's there to look at.
Right.
I mean, it's like world building
Yeah, like
stuff.
you can go your whole life without knowing that Drifblim steals children.
Yeah.
Or that Yamask is the soul of someone who wants revenge for how they died. And so they carry a mask of their face.
One thing I do think it is important, and probably the reason why we're having such a hard time as Americans on understanding this, is that it does... I've always known that sort of Japanese spiritual stuff is quite different than ours. You know what I mean? They're
Yeah, that might have something to do with the whole...
you know, they have a sort of different supernatural conventions.
Yeah.
Sure, but even considering that, how is it that the soul of someone who wants revenge has a genome? A shared genome with all other Pokemon.
Mm.
Some shared genetic code.
Yeah.
Well, there's also a Shedinja, which is like, okay, there's other Pokemon that molts. And under certain circumstances, when it molts, you can capture its molted body and then use it to fight.
And that's Shedinja?
Yeah. It has 1 HP.
Is that a real Pokemon, though?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So it...
I think our friend Matt actually mentioned Shedinja in one of his fan fiction entries.
Okay. Possibly. I didn't know what the hell he was talking about, because I don't know shit about Pokemon.
Yeah. It's just like this molted carcass. Like, look up Shedinja right now.
How do you spell that?
Shedinja.
Okay, Shedinja.
Yeah.
Shedinja.
Yeah.
That, because it's a shedded skin.
Yeah, I'm kind of a ninja. And there he is.
That's... Wow.
That's just a discarded shell with some kind of weird soul inside. You can't look into its back, because then your own soul will get sucked out, by the way.
What?
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, if you look into the gaping hole on his back, then your soul gets sucked out.
Where does your soul go, then?
Into Shedinja.
So it steals people's souls.
I guess.
But does its HP increase when it does that?
No. Yeah, that's a Pokemon that comes out.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
The fuck kind of crazy bullshit is this?
It's Pokemon.
This is a nightmare world of horror and death.
Yes.
An endless reality of torment. How is there Pokemon hell? No one got transported to Pokemon hell through a portal. This is hell. Period. Like, what the fuck?
Did Zack Snyder really create Pokemon and we just don't know it?
And then it's all like a fish Pokemon too. They're not really all that normal. Like the fish Pokemon are mainly just like fish. But then there's this like octopus that evolves into a shark or something.
Sharktopus?
No, it goes from like being one thing to a completely different thing.
Wasn't there
Pokemon Evolve? I mean, I don't think we even talked about
Yeah, Pokemon Evolve.
Yeah, that's like the basic
Yeah.
thing.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Pokemon
like,
have like 3 evolutions.
Most
I think,
Pokemon.
or 2 evolutions.
well, it depends on the Pokemon.
Yeah.
The most evolutions a Pokemon can have is 3. There's also Mega Evolutions, which happens if they're carrying a certain stone. Because Pokemon can carry things that help them in battle. And if they're carrying their Mega Stone, they can do this thing where they transform to a more powerful form of their final form. But then there's also some kind of weird thing you can do where Pokemon do like a super move instead.
Isn't that like their shining form? Or something?
I don't remember. It's Sun and Moon. I don't remember what it's called.
The fuck cares?
But yeah, then like Pokemon evolve in different ways. Like some you just level them up. Some you level them up, but they have to be in a different time of day, or in a certain area, or with your 3DS upside down. That's an actual thing.
Yeah.
Like there's this one Pokemon that will only evolve if you get to a certain point, and then when it levels up, you have to turn your 3DS upside down.
Whoa.
And then there's Pokemon that evolve through stones. And then Pokemon, like there's Eevee.
Yeah,
Eevee is a mess.
Eevee has a ton of different evolutionary branches.
Yeah.
Like, so a basic Pokemon evolutionary branch, for instance, Jeff, is, you know Pichu from Smash Brothers?
Okay.
Looks like a tiny Pikachu.
Right.
Oh no, don't mention him with this.
Pichu?
Yeah, like he does evolve in a normal way, but not in like a normal way.
Well, no, but I mean, like, just for sake of
Oh
argument.
yeah, he goes A to B to C.
Yeah. Pichu evolves into Pikachu, and Pikachu evolves into Raichu, which is like a bigger red version of Pikachu.
Cool.
Except, and then
Looks a little different.
yeah, and
But like it's that sort of evolutionary thing. Whereas Eevee, you have Eevee as the base, and it could become what, Flareon,
yeah, Flareon,
which is
Vaporeon,
fire based, which is
Jolteon,
yeah.
Espeon, Umbreon, which is my personal favorite.
I want to bring up something that we talked about before to help me understand what you're telling me right now. Remember how we were talking about those beaver Pokemon and there's like a lot of them?
Yeah.
So do all those have like they can all evolve? They all like evolve together or separately?
Separately.
Okay.
It depends on power, not on age. Like there are instances in the cartoon where you can see a really old Trico, which is like the first form of that evolutionary line.
Okay.
And then there's like Pichu. I didn't want to bring
all
up
the
with
different-
that because like Pichu is part of a group of Pokemon that only evolve if they like you enough.
Mm-hmm.
So all those carp that are in the water there, you know, Pokemon, those can all like evolve into different things?
Most of them.
Okay.
Like Shuckle. Shuckle has no evolution because Shuckle is perfect as is.
Okay.
Sure.
No, I mean they really some don't. Some can evolve.
Like
Yeah.
Goldeen evolves into Magikarp.
No, Goldeen evolves into Kingdra. No. Goldeen evolves into... I don't remember his name.
Well, I'm Seeking.
Yeah, Seaking, that's it.
Okay.
That's the guy.
Okay.
No, Horsey evolves into some other nonsense and then Kingdra. But only if he's holding a, I think, metal scale when he levels up.
Yeah, lots of weird conditions for the evolution.
And some Pokemon have, like, multiple, like, other than Eevee. Like a Poliwag can have 2 different evolutionary chains depending on what you do with it.
Hmm.
And then there's Pokemon that only evolve if they're male or female.
This is weird.
Well, that's based on nature, because, like, one of the Pokemon that only evolved with a female is based on the species of lizard that only has, like, a female matriarchs, or female adults.
The first page of Charles Darwin's Origin of the Pokemon would say, fuck this shit.
Yeah, I mean...
Like, he's just watching those birds, and then one of the birds seems to be a completely different bird that looks kind of like the first bird.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, whatever. Oh, fuck this. I wish we still had monkeys.
Oh, there's Apom.
And Mankey.
Yeah, Mankey.
Mankey.
Mankey is like this little... He just looks like Circle, with like ears and a tail and monkey ears.
It's like a furry circle.
Yeah, look him up. Look up Mankey.
Mankey.
Jeff, I guess, doesn't know like nearly anything about Pokemon.
No.
Yeah, well, now he does.
So now we're introducing him to so many things, like Mankey.
So, like, I also, again, I don't know nearly enough about Pokemon, but I guess I know enough to carry on a very basic conversation. Just about the basics of it.
There
That's
is.
Mankey.
He
Right
evolves into Primeape,
Mm-hmm.
who is a bigger version of that guy, but with, I think he's wearing boxing gloves.
Yeah. Somehow, he has organically based boxing gloves.
Is it like this? Or...
Uh...
I think that's Primeape. Yeah, that's Primeape.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so he's not wearing boxing gloves, but he has he has things on his wrists.
Yeah. So, I mean...
Oh, and then there's Abra.
Yeah.
Abra, who falls as a Kadabra, who has a spoon.
Mm-hmm.
Who falls into Alakazam, who has 2 spoons.
Yeah.
Who has a Mega Evolution where he gets like a lot more spoons. He just keeps getting spoons.
Yeah.
He's a psychic type.
The whole idea is that he can bend a spoon with his mind.
Yeah.
But it makes you wonder, where the hell does he get these spoons?
Yeah, the spoons are not organic, or...
Well, there are some Pokemon that aren't organic, which is bizarre. Like rock types are not necessarily organic.
And steel types.
Yeah.
Oh, and
And ghost types.
So there's living rock Pokemon.
yeah.
Yeah.
Look up Geodude.
Yeah, Geodude. That's a rock with arms,
Yeah.
and that's it. It's like a boulder. Do you remember the meteoroids? I think they were called, Jeff?
No.
Okay. Well, there we go.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, and here's the thing about Geodude and Abra is that they can only reach their final evolutionary stage if they get traded.
So you have to trade them,
Yeah,
and then trade back.
that's the goal.
Okay.
Like, it's a lot harder now. Well, it might be easier now, actually, because no one has to carry around a link cable, but... Like, you can't just send it out into the Pokemon Trading Network and
And
hope to
maybe
get it back.
Yeah.
You actually have to know someone on the other end.
Yeah. So that is a rock-type Pokemon.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
There's a Cubone who's wearing the skull of his mother.
Yeah, it's a whole race of them.
Yeah, each and every one is supposedly wearing the skull of its dead mother.
Yeah.
Where is he on here?
He's up top there. No, I think...
Or is that Marowak?
Yeah, that's Marowak.
This one?
No,
the
between
thing
the
with the skull.
Ratata and the Raichu.
Oh,
That guy.
Yeah.
You just passed over it. Yeah. I think that's Marowak. Yeah, that's Marowak.
Which is the evolution of Cubone.
Yeah.
Doesn't Cubone also look up at the sky and cry?
Oh, yeah.
Because it thinks, like, the moon is its mother?
Yeah, he's sad because his mother's gone.
It, like, cries at the moon.
Like, I don't know what sin this Pokemon committed to make, like, every time Cubone is born, his mother dies. And, like, if you breed Cubones, like, I've bred a few Cubones. And when one hatches, it's not like the mother disappears.
Well, no, because it's an egg.
Yeah.
Even the mammals lay eggs. They all lay eggs.
Like, maybe in nature it's different, though. Maybe in nature, if, like, a Cuborn is born, its mother dies.
I don't think its mother dies at all.
Well, its mother did die in the first game.
Oh.
Like, it's directly stated that Team Rocket killed its mother.
But there's more than one Cubone.
But this specific Cubone, its mother was killed.
So where do all the other Cubones get their skulls?
Their mothers.
But
I don't know what's going on.
is it like a placenta that they wear?
Maybe
Except it's like a bone? It's a skull?
It might be part of their egg.
See, this is why Pokemon is all fucked up. None of this makes any sense.
I've realized that if you were, to try to plumb the depths of Pokemon like this, it would be, madness-inducing, like a Lovecraft story.
It is. And this can't be just related to
because there's no
cultural
such way,
differences.
like you can.
Well, here's the thing
there's no
with
way you can a rock could be the way that rock creature is Geodude and not be a living thing.
It's alive. It's just a rock, too. And here's the thing about the
That
Cubone.
doesn't make sense.
The Cubone's mother getting killed. That's not even subtext. That's just text.
Yeah. That's outright stated.
Yeah.
But
And then they have to find his mother's ghost.
is his mother's ghost also a Cubone?
There's a Marowak. And you can't catch it because it's a ghost.
So you can't catch that ghost,
No.
but you can catch other ghosts
You can catch the Ghastlies and stuff that are, like, surrounding you.
that are actual Pokemon.
Yeah.
But the ghost of the Marowak, which is itself a Pokemon, the ghost isn't a Pokemon itself, so you can't catch that.
No. And you can't even fight it at first because you're too scared of it.
Simple. That makes perfect
You need a
sense.
special item to see it as a Marowak.
Somehow I don't think this is just cultural differences. I think even in Japan, people would be like, what?
Yeah.
Maybe they don't ask questions because they're very polite.
Yeah. Well, they're too busy committing suicide out in the woods too.
Yeah, that's...
That's probably a Pokemon right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's probably a Pokemon based on that.
That might be the tree stump thing, actually. That's
No, that's just Lost Children.
That's Lost Children. That's right. Okay. But there might be a Suicide Forest Pokemon.
I think, I don't remember its name. There's like this weird pumpkin Pokemon that I think is that. But I'm not entirely sure.
Wow. Thanks, Game Freak. That's tasteful. What do Game Freak and Logan Paul have in common?
I don't know.
Jeff is just done with this.
Jeff has no idea. Yeah, that's fine. I'm done with this too. You know what? Fuck this. So Goofy apparently has had sex.
Wait, no. Any more questions about Pokemon before you finish up Pokemon?
Yeah, but we only have...
The Pokemon have homosexual relations.
Do Pokemon have homosexual relations is what Jeff asked.
Well, maybe. Probably.
Could I look up some lesbian Pokemon stuff?
Can I look up some lesbian Pokemon stuff is what Jeff asked.
Jeff, be a little bit louder. Own your questions. I know you're on the computer. Look it up right now.
Yeah, why don't you look it up, Jeff?
Look it up right now, Jeff.
That's not awkward at all.
I want to see you look up lesbian Pokemon. Do it, Jeff.
Gardevoir Gothitral.
Oh God.
Look it up.
Yeah,
right now.
Do it.
Gardevoir.
Anything on
No, you have to do it now, Jeff.
No,
You have to.
You have a smartphone. Look it up on that.
Look it up on your phone.
I can't.
Here we go.
Or your Google Chrome. Just open up an incognito tab.
Mm-mm.
Jeff's a coward, everybody. Jeff's just a stinking coward. Why are you, Jeff? Chicken?
Parker will get offended if we show him this.
I don't even know if I'm spelling these correctly.
I think Google Image Search will figure out what you're trying to say.
This is what it pulls up. Look. No, really, it's not. It's nothing. This is what it pulls up. This is what it pulls up.
I think you guys not looking hard enough.
It's bodybuilding Gothitral and Gardevoir. They look like Russian female bodybuilders.
I don't think you're...
I don't know why the fuck Bing pulled this up.
You're using Bing?
Yeah, well, yeah. Another one is they're just holding hands. Look at that. See, it's fine.
Work safe?
Yeah, it's safe for work. Okay? So type in Gardevoir and Gothitral Dykes.
I'm not putting that in there.
No, at work you can type it in.
Okay.
Yeah, not here.
Okay.
You don't want to do it here. But like when you're at work.
I'm not putting in Gargamel.
Actually, I'm going to look that up. Gargamel and Gardevoir.
Yeah.
All of these are surprisingly tasteful. Like, there's no... Like, okay, so we've just evolved into looking up... Trying to find Pokemon porn on our phones. That's what
I'm
we're
not
doing.
looking up Pokemon porn at all. And I can tell you...
Porn.
Exactly. I can tell you right now, Jeff, there is no Gardevoir and Gargamel anything. So, no one has shipped Gardevoir and Gargamel.
We'll see about that.
Yeah. So, I don't know what to tell you. That answers that question. At least we have one question that has a definitive answer.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any Gargamel X Gardevoir.
Try just Gargamel porn.
No, because we have to find the context of Pokemon for this podcast.
Gargamel Pokemon porn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is...
Fictocast After Dark. This isn't awkward at all. Just three guys looking up Gargamel from the Smurfs and Pokemon porn. Does it exist?
No, it's worse.
What do you mean it's worse?
Like, it's just Pokemon porn without Gargamel.
Fuck that.
Gargamel is nowhere to be seen.
Who
wants Pokemon porn without Gargamel?
I like how that's exactly, like, topical to what we've been... I like how you found exactly what we're, like, looking for.
Who's looking for this?
No. Like, we shouldn't be looking up Gargamel at all. This is a Pokemon thing. And then Mike finds, like, something that's relevant to what we've been talking about the whole time.
He didn't find Gargamel. There is no Gargamel in Pokemon porn.
Gargamel has to be involved with this.
Gargamel is nowhere to be seen. Okay?
It's like Gargamel and Pokemon don't even exist in the same universe.
Yeah, which is stupid. It's fucking ridiculous.
Gargamel, like Gothitral forever.
Yeah. Yeah, so anyone out there who's listening to this, if you can Rule 34 Gargamel and Gothitral, or Gardevoir, or both, because why should Gargamel just settle on one, right? I mean, he's hungry for Smurf. He might as well be hungry for Pokemon, too.
Throw a Lopunny in there, too, for God's sake.
I don't even know what that is, but sure. You know, throw a Mankey in there, too. Why not?
Well, Mankey.
I don't know. I'm just
That's
throwing
an
things out
underage Pokemon, Randy.
there. Is it?
Well, that's not underage, but it's like a primary evolution, so it's like a...
But you just said that they could be any age.
Yeah, but it just seems weird.
Fine, primate.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. A female primate. Do they exist?
Yeah.
Okay.
You need to find some Pokemon porn and then show it to the audience.
Here's Lopunny.
Oh. Yeah, Gargamel would probably want a piece of
Show it
that.
to the recorder so that the people...
Show Jeff.
So the audience
Low
can
bunny.
see.
That's Lopunny
Yeah.
right there.
Don't you think Gargamel would want some of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think so?
You would want a taste of that carrot.
Mike, you didn't show it to the recorder. How
I did.
See it?
Yeah. Everyone...
Gargamel likes Pokemon forever.
Yeah. Someone make that happen. So that we can end our search for
This is all
Gargamel.
addictive of, like, crimes.
What?
Like, they all cite this as some kind of weird psychotic break episode. Like, oh, well, we were on board until they started trying to throw Gargamel in there.
Yeah, Gargamel is the point at which they're like, oh, this has gone off the rails.
Like, Gargamel will probably eat any Pokemon.
No, I don't think Gargamel would settle for any Pokemon.
I think he'd want to eat any Pokemon.
Oh yeah, he would want to eat any Pokemon,
Yeah.
but he would only want to, eat.
Romanticize.
Sure.
Enter into a loving, tender, consensual relationship.
Yeah, he would marry both Pokemon.
Yeah.
Gardevoir and Gothitral. And he would keep Lopunny? What the hell?
Lopunny or Slowpunny, I don't know.
Lopunny or whatever. As like his side chick.
At least it's not like a Digimon where like some of the Digimon evolve into like actual humanoid things. I mean, not just like human shaped, but like actual humans, but with like wings.
That's a little weird.
Yeah, like they only do it for a little.
That's weird.
Like Digimon after the Digimon evolved in their baby form into their rookie form, like the rookie form seems to be their default form in most forms of media, except for like the original first world pets.
Okay.
So when they evolved into like Angelwoman, they changed back into like a cat thing.
Like a cat woman.
Not just like a cat.
Oh.
Like.
Okay. Now, does Gargamel have anything to do with those?
No, Gargamel doesn't have anything to do with Digimon at all, I would imagine.
Okay. Because that's just stupid. Right? To even suggest that. Pokemon is one thing, but Digimon... Gargamel would... Why would you connect Gargamel to Digimon?
Yeah. Gargamel would be interested.
Yeah, here's Angelwoman.
Whoa!
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's...
Yeah, this is a Digimon right here.
That's crazy.
Whoa. I like Digimon?
Hello, nurse.
Now, let me show you what it evolves from.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Oh.
It's just like a cat.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
And then there's like a pig Pokemon that evolves, a pig Digimon that evolves into like the male version of that.
I don't...
And then there's this flower monster that changes into like another scantily clad lady.
Whoa. We should talk about Digimon a lot.
Well, I'm afraid we don't have any more time. So...
I want more. A lot more.
Well, I have the whole Digimon Adventure Try series.
Okay. What is that?
I just realized that I like Digimon more than Pokemon.
Well, Digimon Adventure was 2 seasons, or I guess 2 series of the anime cartoon back in... We'll talk about Digimon later.
Yeah, this...
It's a whole other thing.
It's
Yeah.
a franchise, though, that involves scantily clad women.
Yeah,
So,
Gargamel has nothing to do with this, though.
no, that's
So, we're talking about Smurfs, and we're talking about Pokemon, which happen in the same universe. We have now established thanks to the Gargamel connection. So, yeah, I mean, any listeners out there, if you can send any more Gargamel Easter eggs...
No, they
found
should
throughout
throughout
Pokemon.
for scantily clad Digimon and Gargamel. That's
No, that's stupid. Why would you
it's
combine those
Gargamel
two?
X Pokemon forever.
No.
Gargamel / Pokemon.
Yeah.
Listen, we got to this whole scantily clad Digimon thing, and
That's a whole other tangent, Jeff.
it's
Keep your head in the game.
It's a good tangent. We need to get Gargamel involved in that.
Next, you're gonna want, like Shaggy in Yokai Watch, Shaggy X Yokai Watch. No one wants that.
No.
You know.
Yeah. I don't know because
Shaggy,
You're gonna want the
Shaggy, Shaggy and Shin Megami Tensei.
Yeah.
Actually, that would work.
That would.
Yeah, like the whole Scooby-Doo game doing Shin Megami Tensei, that would actually be... Or like a Persona thing. Like Scooby's actually a Persona type guy. He's Shaggy's Persona.
Atlas is probably making that game right now that you've said
I
that.
think we're getting off topic from the scantily clad Digimon.
No,
Okay, next you're gonna want the peculiar purple pie man from Porcupine Peak / Beta Man.
Oh god, that's not the worst thing yet.
Yeah.
Okay, now we have to be done now. You just killed this podcast.
Good.
We need to get back to scantily clad Digimon.
The internet killed my dreams of Gargamel living happily ever after with Gardevoir and Gothitral. So, fuck you, internet.
How has our site gotten popular?
Is there cards where I can get the scantily clad Digimon?
What?
Is there like cards of the scantily clad Digimon?
Probably.
Digimon or something?
3,
Does it?
2, 1.
I'm Mike Podgore. This is Randall Malus, and this is Jeffrey Holloway, and we're here for the Fictocast.
And we're talking about scantily clad.
No, we're not.
We're talking about Gargamel.
Stop
God
messing
damn
it
it!
up. God, Jeff. God.
All right, I think this is where we should cut it off.
Yeah.
All right,
I didn't learn anything about scantily clad Digimon so far.
We're gonna save that for next time.
Yeah, next time.
Next
Fictocast
Fictocast After Dark.
If you want that to be the subject of our next podcast, like this is a Prop 2 podcast, so
Yeah, as if
like
people
you have the
couldn't
next
possibly tell.
choice. You have the next choice for podcasts. So.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about Scantily Clad Digimon in your next podcast,
I
Jeff.
just didn't realize that was part of that universe. You should have told me that like hours ago.
Yeah. Well,
we're done now.
you know,
so
I'm sorry that we're not going to facilitate your fantasy of Grape Ape / Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay.
actually, you probably fit in with the Toon World deck.
Well, you probably would.
Yeah, Pegasus would use them.
Yeah, he probably would. All
We
right.
know so much about all these weird things.
Yeah, we do. Well, that's because we're weird people.
We're the Fictocast people. We're the Fictosphere people.
The Fictospherians.
Yeah, that's what I call us sometimes.
Trevor has too much dignity to be a part of this. He's like, nah, I'm good.
He would, yeah. No, this would have been bad for him.
Matt probably would have joined in if he had asked him, but
If anyone could stand him.
yeah.
Or, I mean, yeah, Matt's cool.
Yeah, we like Matt.
And Jonathan.
Well, Jonathan, he's
Jonathan's
told
too
us
busy.
we've asked him to do his podcast again, but he hasn't had time or the desire to do so.
Yeah.
Probably have to give him extra money or something.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
He seems busy.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right, yeah. So that's it for today's podcast, I guess.
This was a huge waste. Really, those scantily clad Digimon guys. How do we not get there a lot earlier?
Because we were talking about Pokemon.
Pokemon and Gargamel forever.
Yeah, that's
OTP.
That's our closing statement. Gargamel / Pokemon OTP. I'm Mikenificent Podgore.
I'm Randall Malus.
And I'm scantily clad Digimon.
Whatever you are. That's it for today. Thank you for listening, and we hope you listen again.
We hope to entertain you more next time.
We hope to entertain you at all next time. Good night.